What if? So, what if part 2? What if Kid Goku had gone Super Saiyan Super Saiyan 4 back in Dragon Ball? Now, I actually had someone. In fact, I actually got my video up here right now. I believe it was, and you know what? He was respectful about it. It's not like he was being a douche when he said this. Okay, who was it? Come on. Where were you? Comments. Well, basically, someone said that this who would win didn't make any sense. Or who would win? What if didn't make any sense? Like, what are you talking about? Maybe I didn't. In watching the video, I did look like I was kind of all over the place. But that said, it's a what if. Not all what ifs are going to make sense. But my what if is essentially what if Goku, at some point, and I basically put it around the time that Krillin was killed by Piccolo's henchman. I put it that what if he went Great Ape and somehow his anger unlocked Super Saiyan with the Great Ape and therefore unlocked Super Saiyan 4. Something snapped him back to Super Saiyan 4. So that's where we are right now. So, well, let me get the voice right. Last time on Dragon Ball Z, what if Super Saiyan 4 Goku went Super Saiyan Kid Goku went Super Saiyan 4? Kid Goku went Super Saiyan 4. Last time, lots of battling went on. Vegeta went to Earth. Frieza came to Earth searching for the Dragon Balls. Goku promptly kicked his shitty little butt. Trunks showed up and explained the androids. Scene. So let's continue on, shall we? The whole android, the whole Trunks pretty much goes about the same. Trunks tells them, Goku tells them, hey, you're going to die. And they're like, oh, God. I was like, well, gee, we're going to have to stop them and all that stuff. So him and Piccolo will end up training. Wait a minute. Yeah, him and Piccolo are going to end up training. Now, the thing is that they are a lot more closely evened out in terms of their overall power. So, and Gohan's not going to be training with them either. So, it's really just going to be Piccolo and Goku training for the majority of the year. Unfortunately, I don't think Piccolo is going to remember to tell Goku to take his medicine. But that being said, with Goku being around 200,000, Piccolo being 150,000, they are relatively close enough that they'll be able to train pretty well with each other, train pretty hard. Now that said, Goku will occasionally go Super Saiyan to like push Piccolo and whatnot, and Piccolo will get real good at working out of that. So during 3 years' time, where do these guys stand in terms of their power levels? Well, I imagine Piccolo is probably going to be, because again, remember, in the roughly year times training for the Saiyans, he was able to increase his power roughly about times 8. About roughly 8 times increase to his normal power level. And that was with focusing on Gohan too. He probably could have gotten around 10 times in a year. We have 3 years, plus he has a training partner who's stronger than he is, but not by much. They're pretty evened out. So I would be willing to bet we're looking at somewhere in the neighborhood of like a 40 times increase overall for Piccolo's power. Which, if you do the math, translates out to about 6 million. Now, you may be asking yourself, well, wait, why? Piccolo in the other one was, and the other version or whatnot was way stronger. You can take on the androids. Like 6 million is not going to be able to fight the androids. You are correct, but there's a few key differences here. One, and actually it's the really big one. Piccolo did training on King Kai's, and he fused with Nail. I'm under the apprehension, like a lot of people are, that fusing with Nail not only increased his power to the point where he was able to be slightly stronger than the second form Frieza. I think it's feasible that the reason Nail is so strong is because he had his inner potential unlocked, and because Nail fused with Piccolo, that transferred over to Piccolo's body, so that inner potential continued on with Piccolo's training. But I could see where someone would argue for it's like, well, how is that? I mean, yeah, he still increased about 40 times. I mean, even if you look at Vegeta or Piccolo beforehand, there's no true measure of his power level at this time. Again, I've got the power level reads, but I'm gonna have to adjust them accordingly when I get to them eventually. So even if he was at like 20 million, give or take, when Frieza returned, in which I think is feasible because he was definitely stronger than Vegeta at that point. He still grew strong enough to take on the androids. He still increased his power over 3 years' time by at least times 10, I think. So to say that he had to do it times 40 when it's just him and Goku focusing on each other, both relatively equal in terms of strength, and Goku or Piccolo having a greater threshold to climb anytime on Super Saiyan, I think 40 is a very reasonable number. Goku is a different story. Goku would more or less be working on his Super Saiyan forms, practicing with them, adjusting with them, and of course training with Piccolo. His base, I don't think, would go up anywhere near as high, but like he would not do a times 40 increase, I don't think, because he's first off the stronger of the two. He has his Super Saiyan forms, and it's Goku like increased about 20 times on King Kai's base, but he had like 20 times. But he had 20 times or 10 times Earth's gravity going on. Now, and I'm probably gonna have to make this readjustment because the ship's still. I don't know. The ship's still there. I think Vegeta would be hogging that ship a lot of the time, honestly, and I don't think Piccolo and Goku would mind. So, now we have. Oh, I forgot to factor in Goku's power level. So, factoring in 3 years, a training partner who's close to him in strength, but also factoring in the fact that he can go Super Saiyan, Super Saiyan 2, and Super Saiyan 4, I would be willing to go with Goku being, honestly, from a base power standpoint, I'd put him roughly at his 3 million, roughly at the 3 million mark. But with the heart virus taking effect when the day comes eventually, he's probably going to be more like at around 1 million, or maybe like about 50%, so 1.5. So day comes and the androids say, "Oh, Son Goku, blah 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 blah." Now, something that should be addressed right here is that the androids have been following Goku's exploits the entire time. Remember, they were following him during the Red Ribbon arc, Dragon Ball, Raditz, Vegeta, taking information, gathering his fights, all that. Goku knows Super Saiyan 4 in this world, which means they know he knows Super Saiyan 4, which means that these androids are not pushovers. These androids are going to murder some bitches. And it's up to Goku to stop them. So I believe 19... But here's the thing. Because of how exponential Super Saiyan 4 is, in terms of the power, I don't think there's any conceivable way for them to actually be able to make themselves stronger than Super Saiyan 4. At least not at that time. Because Goku, the last recording they have of Goku, well, no, that's true. They've been watching Goku train the entire time he was there. The Frieza fight on Earth, too. So they know Goku's power is roughly around 800,000. It was roughly 800,000 at the time. I don't know if they think they can be. These androids are probably going to have power levels somewhere in the neighborhood of about 400, 500,000, something like that. Like 19, I know 20 Dro is stronger than 19. And therefore, Dro's maybe like 500,000, 19's like 400,000 or 400 million. Sorry. So Goku, they all come to fight, and Goku powers up the Super Saiyan 1.5. He'd be around 75,000. Super Saiyan 2 does nothing. So it's like it's like, please Goku, we know this. We know you have more than this, and blah 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 blah. So Goku goes Super Saiyan 4. And, he pretty much is still kicking all their asses into the ground. Because even at 1.5 million, that would still put Goku at, give or take, mind you, would still put him at the 6 billion marker. But the supreme catch in this is that Goku is quickly weakening. His power is drastically decreasing. And they can all tell it's the heart virus taking back. Now, I do think Goku wrecks 19's shop. I think the disparity in the power is just too great that he just destroys 19. But at that point, he's succumbing to the virus and has to revert to Super Saiyan 1, probably 2, maybe even 1. And he's huffing and he's puffing and he's gonna blow. His house is gonna get blown down. So they take him in, and Vegeta shows up. Goes Super Saiyan. He's roughly about the same, maybe a little stronger than he would be in canon. So maybe somewhere in the neighborhood of like 350,000, which is not where I think he is in the canon. Jiro doesn't want to deal with this, so he goes off and activates the androids, activates 17 and 18. No one's really strong enough to take him on right now. So now you have to deal with the fact that Android in 18 and 17 were vastly superior to Jiro or awake. So these versions would probably be around 750 for 18 and around 800,000 for 17. That's where I'd put them at. Likewise, Cell is also probably considerably stronger in this version too, putting him his base form, I'd say, roughly around 1 billion. Now, give or take, the powers seem to double, and his full power is like more. We'll get to that. So anyway, they all get their asses kicked by the new androids. They're off on a spree. Cell shows up. Kami and Piccolo fuse. Their fusion is nowhere near as strong in this version as it is in the canon version because again, that nail fusion did wonders for Piccolo's power level. But that said, I still think he'd be. Well, I think the power level is more or less like doubled that or whatever of what the product originally was. I do think Piccolo would probably be more like somewhere in the like 50 million range or something like that. Now that said, and this is a big that said, and I just realized I have another part two. I got a part I got to get to. So I got 3 different videos. But boy, man, I'm one at a time here, Brent. One at a time. Because I'm looking at my playlist and realizing, oh yeah, I still have those I got to get to. So Piccolo goes and he immediately gets taken out by Cell. He's done. Cell wrecks him and kills him and absorbs him and gets a nice little power boost from that. Eventually, Goku wakes up and then he learns that Piccolo is dead. And he learns that Tien's dead, and then Cell pretty much absorbs 17 without. Now, that being said, I think 16 is also equivalently strong to Cell, but that still goes about the same. He absorbs 17 and goes to 2 billion. Then absorbs 18 and goes to 3 billion. His full power being roughly around the lines of about 4 billion, 5 billion ish. Let's even go 5 billion. So Perfect Cell's like, I'm perfect now. I'm Perfect Cell. Goku though wakes up, and he's probably got a severe Zenkai boost from nearly dying. So now you're looking at going for 3 million. I'd put him. I'd honestly say his power is probably doubled at this point. It's in that range of power where it could take still that big of a boost. So around 6 million, Goku then goes to confront Cell. So around 6 million, he and Cell are squaring off. He can sense Cell's power too. Just to suppress Cell is roughly around the lines of 4 billion. It's roughly around the lines of 3 billion. So it's just, Goku, I'm so glad you could join me. So we shall have a perfect battle. Goku goes Super Saiyan 2, but even he knows that he tries quickly to take on Cell, but Cell's just like, Goku, I was expecting more from you. I was like, oh well, Goku is fine. So it's like, nope, I gotta go full out. So now Goku just goes full on Super Saiyan 4 Goku. Just, yes, this is the battle I was expecting. This planet, these fools, they mean nothing to men like us. We shall go out in a ball of fiery death and destruction. I love that. It's like, Goku, no, yes! Whoop. Oh, crap baskets! No, but anyway. So Super Saiyan 4 Goku versus Perfect Cell. Cell goes full power at 5 billion. And now we got 6 billion power Goku, or 6 million power times Super Saiyan 4's 4,000. Again, we know it might not be actually 4,000. It's more like a limit breaker form, kind of. But general consensus is 4,000. So basically doing the math real quick on that is pretty simple. You basically go, but that being said, I'm blanking for some reason on it. Because 100 is 600. I'm blanking for some reason on the actual number. Add 6 billion and then times 4. So, if you added the 4 billion, 2 billion. Okay, now I know where I was getting confused on. Goku Super Saiyan 4 with 6 million base power roughly translates into about a 24 billion power warrior. So Cell's just like, yes, Goku, this is, and then he immediately senses Goku's power and just like, it's like, well, you're perfect, and then Goku just, Goku's having none of this. There's times, most of the time, Goku wants like a really good fight and all that stuff. But there are times where Goku's like, no, I ain't having none of this shit. I'm killing your fucking ass. This would be one of those times. Piccolo's dead. The androids are absorbed. Like Tien's probably dead too because he probably went to try to help. So all these guys are dead. Goku is just not having dick with this. Meanwhile, yes, Vegeta and Trunks are probably training in the hyperbolic time chamber. And they probably get out just in time to sense Goku defeat Cell. So now they're out. Goku comes back to the lookout, and it's like, oh well, this is a shame. And it's like, now Kakarot, let's see who really is the most powerful one. Vegeta, look, Vegeta, I just had a really long day. Can we not say, yes, Kakarot, we're doing this now? It's like, and Trunks is like, look, Dad. It's like, silence, boy! Shut up, boy! Yeah, this is about my honor. It's like, Goku's just like, Fine, say, no holding back, Kakarot. Use that form of yours. Use that Super Saiyan Monk Prime, whatever they'd call it. Because it can't be 4, because there's technically it's Super Saiyan. It's Super Saiyan for him. But regardless, Vegeta goes Super Saiyan Ultra, whatever you call it. His power's somewhere in like the 1 point something billion range. Because he's no stronger than he is in the canon, basically. So it's like, now what do you think, Kakarot, of my true Super Saiyan power? It's like, goes Super Saiyan 4. Neat. It's like, boom. Then Goku's just, boom. Do. I can do. Just blocking with his fingers. Do. You. And Goku's just, a 1-y and a 2-y and a you know what to do. And just, Vegeta just can't land a blow on him. And then Goku just, boom, and just flicks Vegeta just back, just boom, and just boom. Kind of like how Beerus took out Goku. Kind of just 2 hits and just boom, and Vegeta's just out cold. It's like, and then Goku probably say something, I didn't want to do it, but Vegeta's ego is just going to get in the way and all that stuff. So now we're in a weird pickle. Cell's been killed. Do they go and try to find it? You know what? Because the Dragon Balls don't exist, I think they would still try. But they can't find. But here's the thing: they can't go and get Dende because Goku doesn't know the instant transmission. So now Piccolo stays dead. Tien stays dead. So now they have to. I mean, they go to probably train with King Kai and all that stuff. So they'll be training God knows how long in the other world until. But that being said, I'd be willing. You know what? I would actually be willing to bet that King Kai asked contacts the Namekians to basically revive them at some point. I actually think that would be a possibility. But I think it would be like maybe after the 7-year, like some point during the 7-year training arc for the Buu Saga. I think that's when it happens. Because they want to train in King Kai's world for an extended period of time. Tien and Piccolo respectively. And, they both have a severe power increase by the time that happens. By the time they get revived. So we're going to end this off right near the beginning of the Buu arc. Right, let's say right near the tournament. So 7 years have passed in this. Now I do believe Piccolo and Tien get revived at some point. And they're vastly stronger now than they once were. And I think not Tien, but I think Piccolo actually knows the Kaioken. I think that many years with King Kai, Piccolo has to know the Kaioken, I think that's just a given. Because Goku's the only one to ever really learn the Kaioken. There's nothing that says that none of them could have technically learned the Kaioken. It's just we don't know the process and procedure. Piccolo is a warrior. He's a Namekian. He's an alien. He's got higher endurability. He's got the regenerative power, all that. So I think it's very likely that this Piccolo knows the Kaioken. Because he doesn't have a transformation, he can use the Kaioken however he wants. Now, what level of Kaioken does he know? That's a completely different story. We'd have to ask what his power level would be right now. After a couple years of training on King Kai, somewhere along the lines of 12 million when he showed up on King Kai's, and with a Kaioken multiplier. Well, first off, I think his base would I'd be willing to put his base around 500,000. Tien's also, I think, would be roughly around the 500 million. Tien's, I also think, would actually be probably a couple million. Like, let's just say conservatively 3. Because it'd be many years training on that place. He was roughly around 4,000 when I did it. Maybe around, given that, he'd maybe be up to 10,000 or something like that. Point being, though, is that with that power, he could probably pull a Kaioken times 20 off, no problem. Which would then put Piccolo, roughly speaking, at a 10 billion power level if need be. So they're back probably about the halfway point in the year. Meanwhile, Goku's still training, with his family. Goten is born. Gohan's going to class. He's a much weaker Gohan than he is in, this Gohan doesn't have Super Saiyan or anything like that. But he's still, he's stronger than probably Yamcha or anything like that. Probably Krillin. He's probably got a couple million for his base power level. Goku, meanwhile, I believe I put Goku at about 6 million. After 7 years of training, maybe taking a year in the hyperbolic time chamber, I would be willing to put his base power somewhere in the neighborhood of about 50 million. We'll just say conservatively, for easy number's sake, 50 million when it's all said and done. Vegeta, likewise, has also been training. Then there's no Marin. Krillin didn't get married. So actually, there's no reason for him to quit his training either when you think about it. So Krillin's actually probably... You know what? I'd actually probably put him about the same because this Krillin never got that hidden potential unlocked by Guru. But let's just put him at that level he's at in the canon, because I think that's with training and a lot of training too. Vegeta probably hasn't unlocked Super Saiyan 2 at this point. He's probably somewhere in the neighborhood of about 60 million or so. Well, actually, no. With Goku there, he's more. He's probably more invested to train harder to surpass it. So he probably unlocked Super Saiyan 2. His power is probably somewhere... He still probably has a higher base power than Goku. Because he's already trained in the hyperbolic time chamber once. And he's training like a maniac to surpass him. So I'd put him maybe around 60 million. So Goku's about 50. Vegeta's around 60. Now, I don't believe Goku unlocked Super Saiyan 3. There's no reason for him to try to surpass Super Saiyan 2 when he already has Super Saiyan 4 that surpasses Super Saiyan 2. So Super Saiyan 3 never comes into play at all. Now, when now the tournament shows up and the fighters are all doing their thing, Gohan shows up. Gohan forms a relationship with Videl. The difference is she actually meets Goku, and Goku probably actually gives her some lessons too. By the way, there is no Mr. Satan saving the world in this. There is just Satan. He's Mr. Satan. So she meets Goku. She's impressed, and wow, and Goku teaches her some things. She's probably stronger than she is in the canon. The actual tournament goes down. Now, most of it's actually going to go about the same, but there are a couple key differences are going to be as such. Gohan's not going to... Maybe... You know what? Gohan, I think, will go Super Saiyan. And like I often say when these scenarios where Gohan's never gone Super Saiyan, seeing Videl get just railed on by Spopovich will cause Gohan to go Super Saiyan for the first time. And then he'll do that against Kibito, and they'll steal his energy, but he's a severely weaker Gohan than he is in, Again, a great benchmarker for how strong Buu is how strong Gohan was. Gohan's Super Saiyan 2 form filled up half of Buu's power. Now, depending on how you put it, I think I put Gohan somewhere in the neighborhood of about 3 to 3.5 billion, give or take, somewhere in that. Now, you do the math on that. That means that about 35 million, give or take, is about 10%, not even 10%, is 10%, well, is 10% of Gohan's power. 50% of that, 10% of 50 is 5. That'd be 5%. And then you do the math again, you're looking at only about 3% of Buu's power. Buu is nowhere near completion at that point. But anyway, so we're going to end it right there with them going off to fight Buu. Or then they're going off to fight Babidi and Dabura. So anyway, we'll go into part 3 at another point in time. Maybe even tomorrow. Maybe that's what we'll do. What I'm going to do is maybe just close out each specific what if I got open at the moment. Maybe I'll just continue this on for tomorrow. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Like, comment, share, subscribe. As always, if you want us to review something, put in the comments below. Let us know. We'll do a review at some point. These are who will win Star Wars Superheroes What Ifs. Magic. Anything I do on the channel, put that in the comments below as well. I will get to it at some point. Again, who would win? And an extra what if tomorrow. Who would win on Wednesday? Magic throughout the week. What if on Thursday, hopefully. Oh, and by the way, don't think I'm not getting balloons for the what if review. You better bet your ass I'm getting at least one, two. It's like, would you like a balloon, audience? Would you like a balloon too, Georgie? My God, that eye is so fucking creepy as Pennywise. It's gonna be. I'm actually feel like I'm gonna have a really good time in that movie. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you folks next time.